and sizes. For anyone watching, I wasn't given overlay stuff. I just kind of grabbed the Intel Extreme Masters thing, so I hope that's okay for now. But I'm Rifkin first off. I'm joined by Complexity Gaming Sasquatch, and we've got a pretty awesome matchup here to start the day with, to kick it off with. Spawning here in the lower right corner of the map, playing for the Team Fnatic. It's gonna be Hellokitty. And do you want to introduce your friend, your buddy, your pal?
Sure. Top left, the sick handle. She has a new album coming out.
Nice.
It's Avril Lavigne.
Yeah, also known as Scarlett for those who are unaware. Man, I don't know. Did you catch her game versus Sonic in Red Bull yesterday?
Which one?
The one where she should have lost in game 2.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't believe what I was watching.
This one was funny. Like blind speedlings versus Proxy Reaper. It's a pretty sick mind game.
Yeah, I don't know if that was expected or not, but I just felt bad. Like when he was putting the proxy, I was like, okay, this could be all right. And then she goes for that quick speed, and it's like this guy doesn't stand a chance. But Hellokitty, a different breed of player. I think this guy has kind of been making a pretty decent name for himself lately. I gotta be honest with you, I had never really heard of Hellokitty like say 6-7 months ago, or at least he wasn't someone like on my radar. But between WCS and all these other matches he's been playing lately, he's been making a pretty good show for himself. But of course, that's nothing compared to like Scarlett. Everyone knows Scarlett's name. In StarCraft 2, you've heard of Scarlett.
Yeah, I mean, she's up there, considered one of the best foreigners. Almost made it to BlizzCon. But Hellokitty's a very good NA Protoss. He's more on the cheesy side, I'd say. He's very aggressive, lots of 2-base builds. Most NA Zergs know him as like the Blink Stalker all-in player. He does that a lot, but recently he's been mixing it up more. So it's kind of unexpected, or it's hard to, figure out what he's doing these days.
That is pretty rough though when you come into a matchup and you're expecting like, okay, this guy plays Blink Stalkers 9 times out of 10, and you prepare for that, and then he hits you with like a 4-gate or something. Like, whoa, hold the phone.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess it'd be like if you played against Goody and he went bio or something. Like, how would you even react to that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Looks like he's going for a fast expand off of 1 gate. Pretty typical.
Yeah, this is interesting to me. I've been seeing people like Desra and others as well start going with the less of the 2-gas build and more of just the 1 geyser to get that quicker expansion up. I don't know that it really plays too much into the game. It just delays your mothership core ever so slightly.
Yeah, pretty much, and it helps with getting that wall up a bit quicker. So on maps with a bigger ramp at the front, it's pretty useful. If you delay that gas a bit, you have a little bit extra minerals. You can start your gateway wall a little bit quicker. Less sentries though.
Looks like some of the regulars at Base Trade TV are catching up on the delay here, giving you some love in our chat, saying hi to you. I don't know. This is a series where PvZ has been in a lot of funny places. I think it's had the most changes to it over the last couple months. I mean, we've seen the extremes of it most recently with WCS, and we've seen like the normals let's rewind time 5 months where the mothership core was just like, how do I stop this? I'm a Zerg player. What happens? This thing in the air. How do I deal with it? But times have changed quite a bit, and the early game, even if ignoring the 2-base Blink Stalker builds or anything like that. Oh, turn down the rocks. Okay. I think it's gonna force him to take. If he goes for a third, because you just finished talking about how he likes to do 2 bases. If he's going for a 3rd base, he'll have to tear down his in-base rocks, which can be a little bit annoying. But pylon can be down in the middle of the map.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, your mic.
It's just like quite a bit.
Well, actually, I really like the positioning of this pylon, though. This is not gonna be too easy for Scarlett to get around and on top of. And the high ground vision, of course, is always a nice thing to have.
Yeah, she did see it though, so she knows what's up. And she's actually going for her classic 2-base fast ling upgrade style. She went double queen. She's gonna drop the evos probably soon. She went double gas, which is pretty typical with this opener. And you're obviously gonna delay your 3rd and just prioritize upgrades. So I mean, she's gonna look to stop this pressure first before doing any kind of major teching, but it's pretty good for defending any kind of early zealot pressure like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate not having link speed on your side, but the nice thing is when it's just zealots and you're not chasing stalkers off a creep, the link speed's not that big of a problem, especially if you're fighting on that home field advantage. But it's never fun to deal with a lot of zealots, period, especially in the early game. And that is a lot of zealots warping in. Oh my.
Yeah, it is a lot. But thankfully she has a spine and she has a bunch of transfuses from the extra queens she made. She's actually a little bit confused right now. She actually might think it's DTs because she dropped
Yeah,
the
the
spore.
spore crawler. Kind of cool though. I mean, safe than sorry, right? The last thing you want to do is see this and have one Dark Templar ruin your day.
Yeah.
Gonna...
But she should be fine with those queens. Like she has one, or she did have one, like right between the spore and the spine, and with those extra transfuses, I don't think Hellokitty's actually gonna commit. It's just more of like a pressure force to delay Scarlett's third, and make sure she can't be active on the map with the Lings.
Yeah, and the nice thing about this too is if this gets dicey for whatever reason, okay, these two Zealots gonna be sacrificed. Not sure why, but if this gets too problematic, he can always recall that annoying mechanic, but so beautifully majestic at the same time on the Mothership core. Last thing he wants to do is throw away all these Zealots. This is so many resources he's dedicated to this, and he's certainly not going to push up this ramp, but he also doesn't want to lose these for free. It looks like Scarlett's just going to run right on past. There is a wall at home, though, with a lot of sentries, so not going to be able to pull off too much of a counterattack, and because of that, it's just two queens and well, actually two spine crawlers now. Ooh, first queen does get taken out underneath the overlords. Zealot's going hard on that second one, but some nice kiting going off. Ling's coming back home now, forced to run through that time warp, and the Mothership core is not going to be able to recall anything, and so much is lost for one queen, one spine crawler? Ugh.
Yeah, that spore actually zoned out with the queens, the Mothership core, really well, so the Zealots kind of just got trapped under it, and the Mothership core couldn't do anything for them.
Oh, Hellokitty is boldly taking to third base right now. There are a lot of sentries here, though, so maybe not the biggest threat in the universe from these Lings. Yeah, some good positioning and force field should be okay, but after losing the forces like that, really surprised you want to continue through with this. Go for the force fields, but forced to cancel in the end, and can he catch some of these on the way out? No, looks like not going to try to.
Yeah, now 1-1 is finished, so Hellokitty has to be even more careful, because if you get caught one time out of position with these, they're going to evaporate instantly.
Yeah,
so
even if you get a good donut off, it's just so many Lings on the field.
Yeah, it's a ton of Lings. And look, she's going straight up the hive, so she's definitely going for the 2-2 Ultra style. She'll probably make a couple of Infestors, potentially, but her third is really late, so she doesn't really have the gas.
And she actually manages to get... Yeah, nope, cancel, but also gets a couple of the sentries within the force fields. A couple more force fields are going to need to be thrown down, but another sentry, oh my god, with like 1 health left on it. Literally 1 health. Zealots warping in to try and do what they can, but what they can do is not much because those sentries are actually completely away from the army. And a hole in the wall will let a couple of Lings through. Nothing that Hellokitty can't clean up, but this has been a vicious onslaught. Scarlett has not let up. More Lings just flooding across the field. 24 on the way after this. And Hellokitty's got pretty much nothing. Pulling probes within the main, or the natural base to try and deal with this. Where's the Mothership core, I wonder? Photon Overcharge would probably be nice. It's still floating around Scarlett's natural. Oh, dear.
Yeah, and almost all the sentries are gone now. Just being out of position at one time really costed Hellokitty badly there.
I think this really sucks because without that Mothership core, like, okay, worst case scenario, recall it and bring it home, but it's still damage versus these Lings.
Yeah, right now, Hellokitty needs to regroup his forces. He does have Blink done now, so he, you know, can make a pretty strong army with Blink Stalkers. Blink Stalkers are actually pretty good for Slings, but once this 2-2 finishes, and Hellokitty is only going to have +1 attack, it'll be pretty difficult. Well, assuming Scarlett keeps pumping out the Lings.
Well, that's what I was going to
say. On the way too.
Yeah, the Lings are going to be okay to deal with, but not the follow-up. Of course, force fields do get crushed by massive units, so these sentries are going to become increasingly useless. Hellokitty's got to start investing more into these other, more viable units. We see him continue to warp in sentries, and that's fine for these Lings. But the second Ultra step out on the field, even without upgrades, they're just going to run over this force.
Yeah, and Scarlett actually got a sick Contaminate on the Forge too, so +1 is even more delayed.
Oh, I didn't even catch
Scarlett's
that.
just gonna have a huge upgrade lead.
Oh, geez, yeah, 2-2 finishing up here, and 3-3 will be on the way just as level 2, not even armor, started here for Hellokitty. The timing on this is going to be rough. He's going to try and hand... I don't know if he knows that the Ultralisks are coming, but the reality is he's going to be faced with Ultralisks here in just a moment, and whether he's fighting on a ramp, away from a ramp, there's just no good way for him to deal with them with this small force that he has.
Yeah,